ourselves successful in school and are college bound. Go Lions!
Okay, so when it says select all, you're gonna put all the answers on the
Okay, how is everyone doing?
Awesome.
Awesome. That's very enthusiastic. Thank you. So anyone who is drawing or doodling right now, just go ahead and push your stuff to the middle of the table, and I will wait until I have everyone's attention.
Ariana, that means put it away. Shh. Got it. Put it away though. You can finish later.
Okay, so we are going to do some group work today. A few of us have expressed that they would like to work alone. That's cool. If you're sitting at a table with people, that means that you'll be working in a group. So we're going to do a problem that has to do with baking cookies. So first, I just want, yes, Alex.
I like cookies.
Thank you, Alex. I like cookies too. Yes, Lily Papa?
Are we going to eat the cookies?
We're not. This is going to be imagining what you do while baking cookies. So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page and that we know the kind of things that happen. Amaya, are you with us? I just want to make sure we all know the kind of things that we do when we're baking cookies. So if you imagine yourself walking into a kitchen and baking some cookies, what is the first thing that we might do, Alex?
Get flour and milk.
Yeah, what are those things called that we put in it? Yeah, Ingredients. Boom, I like that. So the first thing we do is we should probably look in our shelves and figure out what ingredients we have, because if we don't have any ingredients, it doesn't look like we're gonna make any cookies, right? Nope. So after we find out that we do have ingredients, what do we do at that point? Someone I haven't heard from yet. Bridget, you wanna try?
Put it together.
Yeah, put it together and mix it. I agree, that's definitely one of the steps, but how do we know how much to put in there? Yeah, Lily Papa.
You read the instructions on the paper.
Yeah, you read the instructions, the recipe, right?
Yes.
So the recipe will tell us something. So let's think of an example situation. What's one of the ingredients that we do in cookies? I heard Alex say sugar. Did you say sugar?
Flour.
You said flour. Okay, cool.
Milk,
So we all understand.
eggs, chocolate.
Okay, thanks, Alex. So, flour is definitely one of the ingredients that we use, right? So, an example of a recipe might be to make a batch of cookies, we need 1 cup of flour, right? Does that sound pretty familiar to everyone? When you're reading a recipe, we need 1 cup of flour. Okay, so imagine, again, we're still in our imaginary kitchen. Imagine that you open up your cupboard and you see that you have a bag with 6 cups of flour in it. Okay, so we're in our kitchen. We have the bag, it has 6 cups of flour in it. We have the recipe, it calls for 1 cup of flour. What's the thinking process that we go through to figure out how many batches of cookies we can make? Eddie, I heard you say something. You have? No? Omar? William? Anyone? What is the thinking process we go through when we have a bag of 6 cups of flour and we have a recipe that calls for 1 cup of flour per batch? Yeah, Visa.
Grab a cup of flour.
You grab a cup of flour, like, so what's the action that we're Scooping. Scooping is going to be our magic word that we're going to use today. So measurement is another way to think of it. We're measuring out. But scooping is the word that I like to think of when I'm thinking of these sorts of math problems. So I have my bag of 6 cups of flour. I have my recipe with the 1 cup per batch. So how many scoops of 1 cup should I be able to scoop out of 6 cups?
6.
Here's someone says 6. Here's someone says 1. Let's think about it. Here's my bag of 6 cups. Here's my 1 cup scoop. How many scoops am I going to pull out of that 6 cups over here? How many scoops should I be able to pull out? You hear another person say 6?
For 6 cookies.
6 batches of cookies, right? 6 batches of cookies. So if the recipe says you need 1 cup for every batch, we know that that we can scoop out 1 cup for every batch until the bag is empty, right? So that's kind of going to be the sort of problem we're working on today. Go ahead and push the materials to the middle so no one's getting distracted. Okay, so, but as we all know, we're in 6th grade. We're a little, we're getting up there in math. We're learning more about math. So instead of taking out whole cup scoops, we're going to learn how to take out fraction scoops, like something like 2/3 scoops, something like 3/4 scoops. So it's going to be a little bit more challenging in our brains, but it's the exact same idea that we just talked about. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So really quick, I just would like to go over the expectations for group work today. Who would like to read this first one right here? Yeah, Bridget.
Everyone is included in the group task.
Everyone is included in the group task. Okay, what might that look like? Omar?
Like, don't leave a person out.
Don't leave a person out. I've never heard it said any better than that. Yeah, we don't leave anyone out. So that means that everyone is facing in, everyone's working, everyone's talking, and no one is being excluded. Okay, what about the second one? Louis Papa, can you read that?
Everyone is responsible for the knowledge of the group.
Right, and that kind of ties into not leaving anyone out, right? So if everyone is included, hopefully it means everyone knows what's going on. And if you feel that there's someone who doesn't know what's going on, you might be able to grab them and be like, hey, friend, let me explain what's going on here and make sure everyone knows what's going on. So this third one, yeah, Damiana. Listen to and restate each other's ideas. Thank you. Yeah, so it's kind of like what we do in number talk. It's kind of like what we do when Mrs. Longfellow is up here teaching and she asks you questions and then she asks other people questions. We listen to each other and we restate each other's ideas, and that's how we talk about math as a group. Okay, so this last one, who would like to read this one? If everyone isn't done, then no one is done. So what that means is not only is no one excluded, but there's no one that says, oh, I'm done. Because if they're done, but the rest of the people at your table aren't done, it means your group isn't done, and this is group work. So finally, I will just say this last part. Thanks for volunteering. Are you going to read it? No? What's up?
Do we have imaginary milk?
We're not dealing with milk today. We are dealing with different ingredients. But so this last one is everyone is smart at something and no one is smart at everything. That means regardless of how you feel about yourself and your abilities to do math, we all in this class are smart in very different ways and we all have stuff to contribute. So it means you don't have all the answers, but no one else at your table has all the answers either. Hopefully once you put all our brains together, then you'll have the answers you need. Okay, so we will go ahead and get started. So your instructions are on the very bottom of the pile of items in the middle of your table. If you flip over the bottom sheet, there'll be a piece of paper with a picture of cookies on it. So go ahead and go over the instructions as a group and raise your hand if you have any questions.
Where's my